Kia ora koutou katoa. Hello, this is Lesley Ormsby, psychic medium, healer, teacher of spiritual and mystical things and so much more. So part of that so much more that I do is these astrological horoscope monthly reads and weekly reads as well. And energetically, and there's a blend of healing energy that comes through with everything that I do in the background, of course. Just the way spiritual stuff rolls with me. So welcome to my YouTube channel, and this is for the sign of Pisces now for the weekly for the first week of June 2020. So welcome to my YouTube channel, Pisces. I'd like to thank those of you who have subscribed to my channel and left a thumbs up or a like on my Facebook page at some time, but going back to my YouTube channel, and who have left a comment. It's all, thank you so much for supporting my YouTube channel and or my Facebook page, whichever platform you're following me on. I would like to take this opportunity to invite those of you who haven't subscribed to, please do so now by clicking the button, the subscription button below, or do it later on after the video. So now I just want to carry on. What do I need to cover now? So let me see. There's a bit of energy that's moving around through. I want to get moving, but I'm just saying, no, hang on, I haven't finished my intro yet. So so what I do want to say though, that these are general reads or energy forecasts that come through. So it may or may not resonate with you right now. If it does, wonderful. If it doesn't, don't totally throw it out of the basket, because it may be something that will come up later on in the week or during the month in the near coming weeks or days. So the other thing is that you may, these are suitable for either Pisces, whether Pisces is in your sun, moon, rising or Venus sign. So if you don't know what your other signs are, check out the link below that I have below there, which will take you to a website, and that has a calculator on it where you, which will work out what other signs you are connected to and with your birth date. Okay, so the other thing is I am taking bookings for readings and or healing energies, or that blend service that I do offer. So the information for that is in the description box below too, if you want to make it a booking for me, with me, for them, either one of those. So anyway, kind of like there's interesting, because I went to go and do your video and I had to wait because it just went blank and I forgot to plug in my phone. So there was a little bit of disruption there, or distraction there with energy. So there may be something that might come up, because I'm feeling that as part of the message that is coming through today, where there is maybe something like stop starting, or something you might get cut off from something or away from something, and you may be finding like it's kind of okay. So what Spirit is saying, like with that, it may be like that there may be, oh gosh, there's a lot of maybes. That maybe like something's not settling right with you, and it's like sometimes things, it may be that it's meant to have been, okay. Because it's like, I feel like there's some of you is like maybe this, maybe that, and it's like, and there's that indecision about for some of you is about, maybe I'll do this and maybe I'll do that, and there's some of you is like going along quite, thinking that you're going along quite smoothly, and there's like something maybe cut off. So I'm feeling like there's something that maybe for those of you that has happened, is something you may have missed something, or you may have been not paying attention to something, which is why something has been stopped or cut off, or there's been a blank in something. So it's maybe that you need to go back and retrace, or what was happening then, why you got distracted, or what that whole scenario is about. Phew. So anyway, but the key word that I'm getting there too is what I'm hearing at the moment is a word that's being shouted out is impulsiveness. So we do have a full moon coming up this week on Friday the 5th. or 6th of Saturday the 6th, depending on which part of the world you are in and you're watching this video. So for me, I am in New Zealand. It will be Saturday the 6th, and that's where my energy is resonating with. So for me, and Saturday the 6th, and a heightened time. There's a card that's flipped over in there. I'm pretty sure I saw another one somewhere there. Oh, it's flipped back. Okay. So it may be, for that's where it's resonating for me. Oh, okay. It's gone back into the right way up. I thought I saw 2 cards flip over, so it's like, oh no, it's flipped back in the right way. So anyway, what I'm feeling, what the message that's coming through here, I feel like I've got another card coming through. So we're just like asking, when I'm doing shuffling, asking what does Pisces most need to know? Your Pisceans need to know, Pisces. And Spirit. So the first card that pops out with this Moonology deck here, which is what I'm thought, well, you know what, I can't not bring these cards out. and they jumped out at me anyway. So the first card that's out is You Are Good Enough, and it's full moon in Virgo. So and I just feel like it's like maybe that's where that energy's coming, that like you are good enough. Well, that maybe not as in like that indecision about going to do something, being somewhere or with someone or something like that. So here it is. Here's the next card that's come out. Cool. As I was talking about that, something's come out. So it's like, yay. So it's like you are good enough. Okay, that is the first card, and that's in the full moon in Virgo. I want to hold it up again because it's like, see, you are good enough. They're just really wanting to like jam it in your face, Pisces. You are good enough. So there may be something that that's going on with like a project or something, or somebody's coming into your life or whatever, or made you feel like that. When I say made you feel like that, at the end of the day, we are responsible for our own feelings. So there's something about that coming into it as well, is not getting caught up in someone else's bullshit and letting something happen, where it's made you felt like you're not good enough. So really looking into that. So with this full moon energy that's coming up now, it's in Sagittarius, so you might feel the energy like really heighten up and be like swept away, like in a whirlwind or something like that. So what Spirit is talking about is going with the flow of that. However, there's a lot of emotional stuff that's coming through that's to do, it's because it is a time of romance and fertilization, is the full moon energy. So especially to do with like relationships at the moment as well. So there may be something going on with relationships, whether it be romantic. Some of you it might be more on the romantic side, some of you it's totally not, and that's okay. It could be to do with your self-esteem and self-confidence, with moving into a new job or moving on with your business or something that you're doing, that you're wanting to create. It could be artistic, it could be something like with the work that I'm doing, I don't know, but just throwing it out there to give you an idea of where Spirit are going with that. It could be something with you just being, and going into a relationship or having come out of a relationship that you may be feeling that way. So it's like, but they're just wanting to reiterate to you the moon energy is that you are good enough, okay? And then at this other side, the next card that came out is Capricorn, a new moon in Capricorn. So there's lots of, there's this full moon in Virgo is like pushing something out, this card, but the full moon in Sagittarius is like, keeping you grounded. But the full moon in Sagittarius is what the energy that we're into now, or the eclipse is here, or is coming. Well, it's pretty much here for me. I can feel the energy already. It's like shifting stuff already. But it's all about, this full moon is about, improving our well-being and going into that energy of improving our well-being. So it's going to be pushing pushing stuff out, pulling stuff out, but probably pushing stuff towards you as well, is what I'm feeling, to push stuff out. So you may have things that are coming come to you that is like, in the sense, like confronting. People might say something, others, you know, or do something, or you may see something on Facebook or TV that's, you know, and they may not be totally anything connected to you, but you may something, like I say, on TV, on the news, or in a movie or something like that. And it's like, you know, bringing something to the fore that you need to recognize for yourself so you can move through it and heal that situation, or allow yourself to move through that situation, accepting, acknowledging that that's what it is. That's, you know, and some of it is like going to be your own bullshit, and some of it's going to be whatever the other part of it is, but it's like not buying into the drama of it, or not buying into the energy of it when it's not really ours, and that sort of thing. So there's that separation of what is ours and what is not ours, sort of a thing. So this energy that here, so there's that impulse, the word impulse came through, so this energy is about impulse. So with all this, okay, that's not okay, this energy is going to like push you, you know, it's going to like, you know, push you in a way to go to shift through things and transmute things, but it's like you may be also drawn with the emotion of it, and some of it is going into like habits and behaviors of things of like impulsiveness, and some of you, it may not be the habit, and it just may be that you might get that feeling like doing something impulsive. So what they're doing is saying is, what the energy is saying is not doing anything, making any big decisions or big changes in your life right now, because it could be of that impulsive nature. Okay, so of an impulsive nature. So it's about like, okay, there's something that's there and I really want to do this or buy this or whatever, but maybe I need to sit down and think about it. So that's the energy, is that it's like, you know, observe, take in what it is, what it is that you what is happening around you, why you want to do it, why you want to buy it, or whatever it is. And observe what is happening around you before jumping in and taking action, because there's maybe something that you maybe not seeing quite correctly at this point in time to make a full-on decision while we're going through, you know, the next week or two and even a month. Okay, so with this energy, you know, and this, it gives us that feeling that we're in our power. And as we're starting to unfold, discover, and evolve within it, so, and which can, you know, be a time of, you know, that heightened energy, of empower energy, where we can sometimes do things impulsively because we're feeling so good, or we're feeling so crap that or just emotionally wired that we want to, you know, we want to go and do something to make it all better. So either way, whichever way it is for you, it's just like, okay, just maybe stop and process, stop, look, listen, sort of a thing, like when you cross the road, or, you know, or the railway tracks, and then, you know, and then go from there. Okay, so it's this energy is really bringing it a time to acknowledge, you know, about what needs to be, you know, clearing up of past patterns, which goes back to this impulsiveness sort of thing, and, you know, stopping them, you know, look, wait, stop, look, listen, and patterns that have been holding us back from personal fulfillment is a beautiful word that that's come to me. I'm sorry, I'm just, you know, okay, because I'm just hearing like, I just said story and then it was stopped. So it could be something about, for some of you, it's been, you don't need to be sorry about anything. It's like, unless you've caused it. So some of you may be going into that sorry mode, maybe sorry self for yourself, but also it's feeling sorry, but being, you know, you might be saying stuff, I'm sorry for something that's not even yours. So it's like getting out of that as well. So, because I just stopped me from saying, I'm sorry, I've just made some notes, which is why I'm looking down, to just make sure that I cover everything. So it could be something like that. It's like where there's no need for you to be sorry for anything about, so which is part of that healing process, okay, or acknowledging process. So anyway, so particularly going back to that, about clearing past patterns that have been holding us back from personal fulfillment. So particularly those that are to do with us, or centered around our attitudes and expressions, the way we express ourselves, the gestures and mobility, and, you know, that, all that sort of thing. So just watching, you know, So that could be something that some things actually that could be popping up for you to maybe look at within yourself. So, but they're talking about within all that is that your hard work is paying off, and whether to be in, because some of you they're showing me that you've been thrown into a situation or situations where it's like you may be feeling out of your depth and a bit overwhelmed because you may have been suddenly found yourself in a leadership role of some sort, and it's like, oh, in some way, and it's like, wow, but you're actually coping with it. So it's like, and you may be thinking that, and you're maybe going into that, you know, in the near future, where it's like, well, this is where that indecision is, shall I do it, shall I not, blah, blah, blah. So it's like all this chit chat, and it's like, whoa, and it's like, hang on a minute. So it's just like, whoa. So, and this is what the Sagittarius, because that's what Sagittarius is about, really, is they have that whirlwind energy where they come in and they do things, and it's like it's lift things up out of the air and expose things and, you know, bring things to light. Yes, bring things to light. So expose might have been a word that might freak people out. So, but bring things to light, whether it's, you know, good or bad, but there are things that we need to, like, spirit is showing, or the energy is showing us about ourselves, that we need to, like, either we need to tweak, look at, you know, some of it maybe need to discard and change that. So, and some of it we maybe, you know, our strengths and our weaknesses and that sort of thing. So it's like building on it, you know, looking at it, you know, figuring out what they are, and for some of us, or, you know, coming to grips with what our strengths are as well as our weaknesses are, and, you know, our good points and our not so good points. It's like, you know what? It's about working on it with love, peace, harmony, and joy, excitement, and adventure. Yay, cool. Anyhow, I just yacked it because this is that whole whirlwind energy that and that's coming in. Or you may be even feeling it now. It's like something's coming in, or even last month, some of it. But yeah, it's coming. So it's shifting you out of a place, or into a place. Whoa, cool. That they know you are quite capable of doing. So, but whatever it is, it's this hard work, the study that's coming, that you're doing, whether it's yourself or something else, or the time and effort that you've put into something is paying off, okay? And I just doubly again saying you are good enough, okay? So we have this, oh, it's interesting because we have the Two of Pentacles here. So there could be a change in the way your income comes in, and not necessarily a bad thing, not necessarily a good thing, but there could be where there's that feeling where you may be like needing that robbing, you know, paying. Okay, there's that saying, from robbing from Peter to pay Paul, or borrowing from Peter to pay Paul is how I'd rather say it, but actually not having to say that at all. So there's a change in the a change of versatility. So there may be a change in your balancing your money in that sense. So it may be like you are or balancing your finances, and to allow, because what I'm hearing and seeing is like there may be an opportunity where you may have to invest some money into something in order to create more money, and it may be you know, whether that is going into a business, it could be going into a new job where you maybe needed to buy some new clothes because it's a totally different job than what you normally wear. And the same thing with you know, with the business, like buying new equipment in order to be able to expand into either whatever it is that you're doing, and or, you know, create or into something else that it's with an expansion on that business. Well, to expand your business, and which creates more money to come in. It could be that, you know, whatever it is, it could be that, oh, when am I going? They'll show me something, but anyway. Yeah, okay. It could be that you're needing to make do with something make do with something for a bit longer, and put some money into something. It could be until something, you know, finances are coming right. So it may be that you've been wanting to buy a new car, or or move to another building, or another home. But it's like, for now, I'm just hearing like, you know, that's what I feel like this is about, juggling, you know, finances at the moment. But it's not going to be like that forever, because this card here, like it's saying, you know, your hard work is paying off. Part of the hard work is just staying in touch with that and juggling the bloody finances sometimes, isn't it? So And that's so just knowing that, yeah, things are balancing up, because at the end of the day, look at the ships in the back are really, they're symbolic of what, you know, of all the, I want to say riches or what is to come, because the ships are, you know, because in the description with this deck is about the ships up in the back are being to do with, what do you call it? Oh, God. Like castles, like your home, that sort of thing. It's like something that is yours. Okay, so it's like riches. I'll have to go with that word because it's the only one that's coming out at the moment. So if that's the word that's coming out, that's probably the best descriptive word for you at the moment. But then we have, and because it's like, because they're in the background. So for me, what I'm seeing that, you know, the riches are there. And it's about manifesting it and keeping that there. For some of you, the riches are literally there, but it's like you may be, there may be money there, but it's just juggling it for the best way to, and it might not necessarily be a lot of money. I'm saying that for some of you it will be, some of you it may not be, but it's like just which is the best way to utilize what money I do have to make things grow in a financial way. Okay, cool. Okay. And then we have joy, optimism, clarity of vision is there because we have the sun. Within those descriptive words that I've just used, joy, optimism, clarity, and you know, and vision is what the sun is about. So it's like, you know, keeping in that energy of the sun. The sun, you know, goes down and it comes up. So it's like enjoy the sun while it's up. You know, and it's about bringing the sun even in the cooler months, you know, there's as well. The sun's just come out whereas I'm, you know, doing this too, thank goodness. It's been foggy all day. And so there's you riding your horse, and this beautiful big white horse, gallant as anything, and the sun's out. So it's kind of like the sunflowers, you know, it's like there's are there. Their faces are up and they're looking forward, they're looking out. So there's that visionary side of the things there. And just the join me to the sunflower too, in the sense that, you know, and this as with the sun goes down, the sunflowers go down and they go to sleep. And then when the sun rises, they up and they follow the sun around. So there's that same thing as there is a cycle. The cycle is moving. So don't stop the cycle, okay? Cool. And then we have the King of Swords, which has come out, which is, you know, an authority figure here is also, and who is firm but fair. But what I'm seeing with the King of Swords is that he's grounded. Okay, so this is about you grounding yourself, staying grounded in whatever it is that you are pursuing. These cards have come up that are about. So, and it's about not getting in your head. Okay, but it's kind of like, whatever, some of you may be actually moving into a leadership position where you may be that authority figure, which is kind of what we brought up before, or maybe that some of you are needing to hand over that role to somebody else, and you not so much stepping right out of it, still being there, but it may be that somebody else is coming in to help you out with that role, that you may need to let them in and teach them, you know, this about this leadership, about being, you know, being that person or that figure who is firm but is fair at the same time, and keeping that groundedness in there as well. Because the swords is about communication, you know, thoughts, communicating your ideas, and making decisions and things like that. So it may be, because I'm being drawn to that, so being grounded in that before, and which is kind of what this energy here is telling us is, you know, the message here earlier is, you know, being grounded in your decision making before you to take action. Okay. Basically, but it's also about, I'm just hearing, watching your thoughts and your actions, which has come up again as well. Wow. But it's like you'll get through it, because it's, as long as you like ground yourself, because it's like, see the butterfly on his chest? I'm just noticing the butterfly too, because it's about earthing, but it's also the butterfly, you know, on this gown is in the heart. It's like, it's about, you know, there's freedom. The butterfly for me symbolizes freedom. So by you know, working through all this stuff, and you know, as what comes up for you this month will bring you, offers freedom in the heart, in the mind, in the, you know, in your power, that freedom to be in your own power or authentic self, and that sort of thing, and just freeing you up in all like communicating. But it's yeah, cool. The energy is like gone really quiet now, so I think that's all they need to say to you right now for this week. But this energy with the Sagittarius, of this full moon energy, it actually will be running through for the whole of June pretty much, from what I understand and what I'm feeling, what I've read and what I've been told from them up there. So, but yeah, obviously when it's in its more heightened stage, like you know, around Friday, Saturday, and even coming up to it and after it. So cool. Yay. Cool. Awesome. What an awesome journey for you. And blowout, you could say. It's awesome. So anyway, I'm going to leave it there for you, with you, Pisces. So if you do want to book a reading and go a little bit deeper, or need a bit of assistance in shifting that energy or understanding what is going on, and because you're not quite knowing, and you want to book a reading with me, or a healing, or / both, check out my you can make that booking and make contact with me through my Facebook page or an email. The details are in the description box below, you know, so check them out, and you can book one with me. Let me see. It's just gone all quiet. So there seems to be a sense of calmness coming up for you, because things will be like sort of settling down, so as you work through it all. Okay, anyway, lots of love, peace, harmony, and joy, excitement and adventure to you, and I shall see you next Thursday. Okay, bye for now.